I've got this Safari seat kit. It's a back seat kit from Attlee Dodge that fits in the airplane, and it goes across the seat rails, so it's a lot narrower than the regular seat, and it's easy to get in and out. It just has a couple of pins that, well, you can here's the barrels for the pins here for the back. The back hinges here. You can just pull the pins and pull the back off, and then the seat bottom has little barrels in it that these pins fit into, and then these clamps fit over the seat bars, the forward and back seat bar, and they just clamp down with a couple of bolts, and then they sit in there, and then these the seat just clamps into it with those bolts, so it's quick to remove, and it's small, light, out of the way. So I'm going to put that in the airplane, and see, here's the clamps here. They're just 1-inch clamps, and they have a barrel welded onto the center of them. And so anyway, I need to put those on so that I can trim up the underseat storage compartment and that baffle that I made for underneath the front seat, in the front, I mean underneath the back seat, in the front of the back seat, and then the rear baggage compartment floor. Those all have to be fitted around these. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on now and see if I can get them all set up and fit everything. I've gone ahead and marked the center of these seat rails, the seat tubes, and these clamps will have to be spread out, put on those tubes, and then set and then reclamped. So I'm going to have to find something to spread these clamps with. I got the clamps on there. I got it spread out so I could slip them over here. What I did, I put some masking tape on them so they wouldn't get scratched up, and took a regular flathead screwdriver, opened them up a little bit until I could get a small pair of slip joint pliers on them, and I took the masking tape and put over the jaws of the slip joint pliers so they wouldn't tear those up too bad. Okay, that's where the seat's going to go. It's lined up on the center line. I got the bolts in to hold the brackets down, tightened up. It's in there temporarily, but that's about where they're going to go. So anyway, that's pretty much on center. It lines up pretty darn good. So once it's in there, it's in there pretty good. Just pull these four pins out, and there's the seat comes out. Now I have to cut out for these pieces here, like this piece here. Well, I just took the drill and drilled out over the top of where that hole goes on those, and I'm going to have to extend that out to the on this one to the right a little bit, and I'm going to have to relieve out around there for the bolt heads on the back side. That piece is fitted in there pretty good. I took a rotor broach with a 1/2-inch bit in it and drilled the holes in the top, and then just took the Dremel with a sanding drum and relieved a radius out on the back side back here for the bolts. The nuts will be on the back side there, and they'll be able to check those easier during inspections and stuff. Okay, now the next thing is to fit this underseat tray in there. And I'll go grind those out with a Dremel. Well, there's the seat fitted in. I'm going to have to trim out a little bit more on that left side over there, that Kydex. Just a little too thick to allow that one pin to go in the hole on that other side. All the rest of them are pretty good, so I'm going to have to pull that Kydex out and trim it up. I trimmed a little bit more off of those, and now the seats fit in there just fine. Put the pins in from the inside underside of the seat because of this storage underneath the seat here. I wanted to put a hinged lid on both sides of it, and so that'd keep any stuff from shifting in flight. Pretty well protected from anything coming out here under the seat itself, but if I can put hinged lid on this side here, and then that can also then be accessed in flight. Okay, a little bit of work with the Dremel and the drum sander, and that looks pretty good. By putting this seat up like this, I can put those pins in there in that back and easier and take them out. They fit now. I took the sander and sanded off one layer of ply, the outer layer of ply, for the length of those pins so that they would have a lead in. That's in there pretty nice. Now I'll take some plywood and make a couple of little doors to fit over those sides of this baggage, or this under-seat storage compartment here. Well, I've got little doors made for this under-seat storage here, and I got them put on with some aluminum hinge, lots of little screws, and I was worried about, I was going to use bigger screws, but after putting that all together, I was thinking about using number 6s, but I used some 3/8 number 4s, and after putting it all together with that, it works pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with that. This one had to be, I got a little bit of relief here for the pins. Didn't really need it on this side too much. I got a relief here for this bar that goes up here for this 2,000 pound gross weight increase. And then the one on the left, I had to leave it out a ways from this side because this side panel sticks out quite a bit farther on this side, and so I still might need to relieve that a little bit along where this seat is. I don't know, but so far that's working pretty good. I'd wanted to cut a piece to fit in underneath this seat, and so I'd have 3 doors in here, but this seat doesn't leave enough room underneath it with these standoffs for these pins to put anything else underneath there. I had to actually put a relief in this back floorboard, this forward baggage compartment floorboard. I had to put a relief on both sides of it for the pins, and I set it so the pins go into the seat from the inside of the seat instead of from the outside, so that gives me plenty of room to put these covers on that baggage compartment. See that? That's pretty nice, pretty good. I've made a center section to go in this over this under-seat storage area for, in case I ever need it for just carrying cargo, just to fit over in place of the seat, and maybe a case that someday I need to just carry cargo. I've got to figure out a way to attach that when it's in there, when the seat's out. I originally intended to put something like this underneath the seat and have it in there for all the time to help keep the stuff from coming up underneath the seat. But after attaching the seat bottom, I could see that wouldn't work because you have to have room for the pins. I can just use these side covers that I made for when the seat's in, but I wanted to get something in case I ever want to take the seat out and haul cargo in there. That's there for in case I need to have something to fill that hole in when the seat's not in there. I didn't think I was going to be able to put a piece of plywood over that under-seat storage underneath where that seat bottom goes, but I wanted to have something there to put in if we took the seat out for some reason for carrying cargo. Though I figured I would make a piece of plywood cover to fit there where the seat goes between these other 2 covers, just to fit in there if I took that seat out for some reason, because there's a big large gap there with the seat out, of course, but I didn't think I'd be able to get anything to fit in there because of the interference with these pins. But I went ahead and cut a piece to fit in there, and while I was trying to figure out how to get it to fit, I got to looking, and I did figure out a way to get it to fit in there with the seat in. I cut notches in here to clear these pins in the front, and the pins have got to go in from the inside, and then with these rings up parallel to the seat bottom. And so anyway, that works. I may have to fare this down just a little bit where I've notched out for those pins. And in the back, I had cut a groove in there on the rear baggage compartment floor to clear those pins to allow them to slide in and out. And I just cut a matching groove in this piece here to mate up with that groove that's in this rear baggage compartment floor, and that works out fine. There's the covers for the underseat storage center section. Right hand one had to be relieved out around where this post goes, and then I had to relieve out around these for these where the pins goes, the mounts for this floor. And I relieved out on the inside a little longer than the length of the pins here, so that the pins could fit in here. On the front, they need to be relieved out all the way. And then on the back, relieved out around where the brackets go, where they drop down. And then I just made a groove in here in both the forward baggage compartment floor and the seat cover, matching for the pins to slide in and out. So and I got a hinge on it. Now I tightened that hinge up here. I crimped the end pieces on that hinge, so this one's a little bit stiff. Tweaks a little bit, but so that's it. So here's the seat bottom. I put it in, and you got to keep these rings flat and parallel with the boards. And you can slide these two bottom pins in and drop it down. Hold those rings flush with just slide them in, and there it is. So okay, I'm happy with that. That works pretty good. These still open up here. Now I was imagining access to these in flight, but there's going to be the seatbelt attached fitting is right back here and on both sides, so the seatbelt's still going to come across those, so it's not really going to be readily accessible, but you can detach the seatbelt and get into it. It's a lot better than standing up and turning around to get into it. That's the rear seat mounted on there. Okay, there's the Safari seat. Needs a piece of Velcro to go on the seat back here to attach it to this crossbar. But other than that, it can fold up real quick to get out of the way for access in there in the back seat. If it's still in the way, just pop this pin out here, this one out over here, and take it out, and it could be stored in that upper rear baggage compartment. There'd be a good spot for it there. And the bottom is in here, and it's the same thing. You just pull these pins out here, and bottom pins, and it's out and gone.